Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be talking about the insert method in linked list. So insert means it's not a push like inserting element at the last position of the linked list or inserting element at the first position of linked list, which I have already done. If you check out my previous video, you can see that. But instead of that, we'll be doing inserting node in a linked list in a particular position. Like I will be putting the position and index and that value, that node value, and this way I will insert the node inside a linked list. Okay, so let's draw the diagram at first. So the first node value is maybe 22, then 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, now I want to insert one node. Maybe the node is then 85. Then this is a linked list. So I have one pref which is known as null, and I have one next null, right? So I want to insert this node in this position. So I have to put the value, index value as 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So if I put the index value as 3, like, and I'll be running the loop from 0, 1, 2, 3. So this position I'll be inserting. So if this is my current node position, I mean, if the current node position is this one, then I need two node. One is if I want, I can insert the node after 25, or if I want to insert the node before the current node, then we can also insert the node inside this. Okay. So for this, what we have to do? If you check my previous video, there you can check that I have one method known as get method. Okay, get method means I will be passing the index or position, and instead of that, it will return us that particular node value, right? That particular node value it will return us like index. And so like if I put the index as 3, so like 3, then 0, 1, 2, 3, this node value 25, 24, it will return us 24. So now I have already described about this method in my previous videos, but for your better understanding, I'll also making the same discussion in this video, but in a little smaller manner. Okay, so let's do. So if I want a node at a particular position, then what we have to do? Like get index, and then what we'll be doing? Let's draw the diagram at first. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So if I want this node, like then I'll be running one loop like for I equals to 0, I less than index, and I plus plus. Right? Now my I is like 3. Okay. Because I want this node. Now I'll be running the node from 0, 1, 2. So it will at first I'll be taking let temp equals to this dot head. Okay. And temp equals to temp dot next. Right. So for first iteration, it will return us 1, second 2, and in the third iteration, it will give us 3. And the moment my index becomes 3, then it will came out of the loop and it will return us temp. Okay. So this is the current node position, like current index position. Okay. Now, if I want the node after the current position, then I have to increment my index by 1. So I will call the same function. Only what I will do, index plus 1. So now my index becomes 3 plus 1 is equals to 4. Now this will return me this 4 node. Okay. So this way I can have the value of current node and also the node after the current node. That is, I'm calling it as after. Okay. Now I want to insert a node in between 4 and 5. I think this concept is clear that how I'll be having the node. Only simple having the node in a certain position. Now let's go back to the insert method. Now I'll be having the value of a node, like by returning the temp, I have the value 3 and 4. Now in between these two, I have to want to insert a new node 81. So what we have to do? We have to disconnect this link. We have to make one code which can disconnect this 3 and 4. Instead of that, what I will do, the current node dot next is my new node. Like current is 3, after is 4. So current dot next equals to my new node, right? And as you have seen my doubly linked list, I have also storing the value of the previous node. So new node dot prev equals to current node, right? This way, I successfully disconnected this link, and instead of that, I am connecting this 3 and 81. Now what about this 81 and 4? Same thing, like new node dot next is my after, right? And after dot prev equals to new node. So this way I have successfully inserted this 81. Like I disconnected this link. Instead of that, I make a connection between 3 and 81. And again, I'm making a connection between 81 and 4. This way, I'm successfully able to insert one node 81. Okay. In this way, if I want to insert the same node 81, instead of the instead of between this current node and the after the current node, instead of that, I'll be inserting this between before node of the current node and the current node. So between 2 and 3, right? So for that, what we have to do? Same thing, the way we are storing the after value 4, same way we can store the before value. How we can store that? Again, by calling the same function get, and I'll be decrement the index by 1. So if my position or index value is 3, then if I do 3 minus 1, so it will be give us the value of get 2. So get 2 means it will return us this 2 node. Now again the same condition, this way a little bit rearranging the code, like before dot next will be my new node, right? And new node dot prev equals to new node dot prev equals to my before node. Okay, and the same way new node dot next equals to current node, and current dot prev equals to new node. Same way, I make a disconnection between this link, and instead of that, I'm making I make one link between these two and the new node and 3. Okay. This is the whole understanding of inserting a node in a linked list. So let me code this at first, then I will go again with the code and make you understand this logic. Let's code the insert method. So I am passing two params. One is index and another one is value. Okay. Now let new node equals to new node. Okay. Value. Okay. Now the second step is I'll be running one for loop. For let I equals to 0. Instead of that, you can directly call the get method. That is also possible. Like this get method, you can also call, only changing the index value. Like I can directly pass the index value, or I can do index plus 1 or index minus 1. Directly to return as the temp. But for your better understanding, I'm doing the same thing in here. In a smaller way. I will not put these two conditions because I have only 2 to 3 nodes, maybe few maximum 9 to 10 nodes. So I think this is fine. Okay. Now, above that, what I will do, let temp equals to this dot head. Now, temp equals to temp dot next. Done. And then I have to do one thing. One is let current, and one is after, and one is let before. Okay. So my current would be this temp node, which is my current node. Okay. Now I'm taking the before one. So if I want to take the before, then before equals to only temp. Okay. Or you can do one thing. Yeah, you can do directly before. Before is okay. Okay. So this way I'm storing the before. Also, you can do the after one. Like if you run the loop by doing same loop if you do, and if you do this thing, index plus 1. Okay. So then my after will be then. You can do one thing like need to change the name. Okay. So temp this after. Okay. Okay. So now I have before and also I have after. Now what we can do? Simple thing. I have new node. So if it is between the current previous node of the current node and between the current node, then what we have to do? Before dot next equals to new node. Okay. And new node dot prev equals to before. Right. Same thing, new node dot next equals to current node, or current, I forgot to store the current equals to temp. Okay. So current node and current dot prev equals to new node. Return this. Now let's see. So this is the condition. If you check my diagram, like this is the condition, like if I have the linked list 23, 24, 25, 26, and I want to insert between, this is my current node. I want to insert before the current node. That means this 24 node, which has the value 24 and the value 25. So between these, so I am inserting. So before dot next, this is my before node of my current node. Okay. Before node of my current node, then before dot next is my new node. Maybe some value 84. Okay. And then new node dot prev equals to before. So before dot next is new node and new node dot prev is my before. This way I make a connection between these two and break the connection between 24 and 25. Okay. So now this is a backend. There is no link. Then what we have to do? New node dot next is my current node. New node dot next is my current node. If you check the code from here, new node dot next is my current node. and current node dot brave is my new node. If you go to the diagram once, so current dot brave equals to new node. You see, I did the same thing. Current dot brave is new node. Okay, so let's see whether this is working or not. After that, I will be checking this after condition as well. Okay, so let's do something. Okay, as I have already told you that I'll not be able to do the JSON stringify. Otherwise, I can insert at any position. But for now, I'm inserting in the second position only, so that you can easily understand. I mean, this will be easily visible to you. Okay, so now insert. Okay, what I will do, 1 and 1 3 1. I can also do 2 second. Let's see whether this is visible or not. Make it enlarge. So after 1 there is 54. Okay, change this to 1. Let's see. Okay, you see. Okay. Value, the first node is 1. If I want to insert in the second position, so it has inserted in the second position, 131. After that, there will be 54. Okay, there will be 54, and so on and so forth. The tail value is 85. The previous value of tail is my 55. So my head value, head is 1, and the next value of head is 131. So I have inserted after the head value so that it is visible to you. You can insert any position you want. You can insert at the third position, but this will not be visible. This will not be, you can only see. Okay, one thing I forgot, that is I have to also increment the length, this dot length. Okay, you see the length is getting incremented by 1, that is 7. If I insert one more, like same thing I will do at the first position, 127. 127. You see, next value is 127. Value also get incremented by 1. Now it becomes, before previously it was 7, now it becomes 8. Okay. So this way you can insert a new node at any position of linked list. Now the second part is, as I have already told, that I inserted node between the before node of the current node and the current node, in between the before node of the current node and the current node. Now if I want to insert the node between this 25 and this 26, for which we are storing this after value, then what we have to do, same logic we have to apply, only let's do so current dot next equals to new node, and new node dot brave is my current. Again new node dot next equals to after, and same thing, after dot brave equals to new node. Simple logic. If you are able to understand this before logic, then this will be very much easier for you to understand this after logic. Okay, maybe these are a little bit tricky at the first run or first go, for the first time if you check the code, but if you do practice for 2 to 3 more times, it will be easily available to you. It will be easy to understand for you. Okay, so this thing let's understand in the code, in the diagram. So if I want to insert between this 25 and 26, then what we have to do, there is also one link between this 25 26, so I'll be disconnected this link and make a new connection between 25 and the new node, maybe some 85, and this new node and the after node. So what we are doing, this current dot next is now my new node, and I also have new node, so that there will be some next and prev, right? So in the prev, I'm storing this current node. Okay, I mean, so new node dot prev equals to my current node. If you check the code once, so new node dot prev equals to my current node. Same thing, if you see, this new node dot next is my after node, and after dot prev equals to new node. After dot prev, new node dot next after. So if you run the code, same thing will happen. Only one, I mean, you have to mention only one thing. Either you do the before or you do after. The same result will come. Same result will come out. Only the value will be, the index value will be getting increased by 1, or the current index, whatever we are passing in the params. So to practice at home, and I also put this code in my GitHub link, and I will put the GitHub link in the description box. From there, you can take a pull of the code and do practice at home. In this video, till this only. In the next video, we will do some other functionality of doubly linked list. So for this video, till this. Good night, guys.